welcome to my video. My name's Sarah from Made with Love by Sarah. Today we're going to make a couple of baby cards. So we're going to make this very cute onesie. In blue, that's for a baby boy. And for a girl, we're going to make this pram with the hood that stands up. Very cute pram. And I've not put a sentiment in that yet, because I have not made my mind if it's going to be for a new baby or for a christening card. So I'll just wait and see and make up my mind when I give it. So I've got some pieces cut out ready. So let's start. Let's start with a pram. So let's pop them to one side and bring in our pieces. So I'll run through some of the measurements with you. So this card blank is a sheet of A4 paper cut at 5 7/8, and then I'll score it in the middle at 5 7/8. So it's a square just short of 6 by 6 inches. So this piece for the layer is just over 5.5. So this one will be just over 5 1/4. Yes, just over 5 1/4. So we need so there for the card base. Let's get those scored and put together. I don't need that. So I'm scoring it at 5 7/8. Fold it, tuck it into the corner of my scoreboard to make sure it's square, and then burnish it from there. And let's get rid of the scoreboard. So the blue layer, we'll stick that on, and this can be drying. I might go for the stripes. Oh. No, I'm going to go for the dots, and then I'll go for that lighter one. Nice double-sided paper, this. I'll just stick that down, making sure I've got a nice border all the way around. Oh, shall I use the dots? I've got these for the pram. No, I don't want the rainbow, so I want the dots for the pram. This can be drying while we're making the pram. So I then cut out a circle. So the circle can be any size you want. I've just used, I've got a set of dies, so I just used a circle. I put my die on the card, and I just tried to work out which size circle I needed. This is the one I decided on, and this measures 5 inches. So this is a 5-inch circle. And I cut out two circles, and then I just cut that one in half. So for our pram base, I need to, I'm just going to get my mat with my squares on it so that I can line it up. So I'm going to try and find the middle section. So I'm just going to work off this 6-inch line, and I'm going to pop my circle. And because I know it's 5 inches, I need 2.5 inches this way, 2.5 inches that way. And that's how we're going to find the middle. So I'm 2.5 inches going across. It is easier if you've got grid lines to follow. And I'm just going to pop a little pencil mark there. And on the 6-inch line that I know is in the middle, I'm going to pop a little pencil line there. I'll get rid of that mark now because it makes it all a bit blurred. So I'm going to draw a pencil line on my marks. On this one, I'm going to line it up with a bottom mark, but I'm just going to draw the pencil mark in 1/4 because we need to cut out 1/4 only. Let's get my scissors. I'm just going to cut along so I need this hood. I'm going to cut out this circle. It depends which way you want your hood to be, which side. So I've cut out that, and this is going to be my pram, and this is going to be the hood. If you want the hood at the other side, you can just cut out or turn it over. So I want these dots. So I'm just going to rub out these pencil marks. Let's make sure there's no mark, but we are going to cover up the hood anyway with this piece of paper. So let's just leave that to one side for now. So I'm going to just fold it in half and just give it a little nip at the bottom. Do I want dotty or stripy? No, I'm going to carry on with the dotty. So I'm going to use this as my middle point, and I'm going to keep my finger on that middle point and just fold this along. You don't have to be exact with this. Just, it's about 1/4 inch. Let me measure it. Yeah, 1/4 inch. And I'm just going to use my bone folder just to press that down. And then I've turned it over. I'm going to put my finger in the middle again and give it another fold, concertina fold. And I'm going to use my bone folder again. You don't have to be exact. And then I'm just going to keep concertinaing, going around the circle, making sure I keep my finger so all the points go to the same place. It's a very pretty card, this. And like I say, it can be used for a christening or a new baby. It can be any colour you want it to be. And just change the sentiment to fit accordingly. Just keep going round the hood. It's easier if you keep using your bone folder. It's quite fiddly, but it's not hard. Nearly there. And I'm just going to fold that a little bit back so that I can use that for gluing. So then you end up with this. When you open it out, I've ripped it a little bit there. Can you see? It doesn't matter because I'm going to put a bow on it. So I've folded these two bits this way and this way so that I can glue them there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that on there just to make sure it's okay. So there, it doesn't quite fit down there, but that's okay. When I've stuck it on, I will glue it. No, I'm going to glue that under. So I've got my precision tip applicator bottle, and in there I've got some tacky glue. So I'm just going to stick that along the first folded edge, and the second folded edge I'm going to stick glue on there as well. And then I'm just going to put glue all over the hood. So I'm going to use Collal glue because it'll make it more sturdy, make it stronger. And then I'll pop the hood following the line. And I'm going to line it up with the outside rather than the inside because the inside can be cut. So if you see, I'm pressing it down there, and now I'm going to press it down in the middle there and just hold that just for a little while. So what I'm doing is I'm pressing the concertinas down so that it glues onto the lid. And there we have our pram. It's very easy. All you need is circles. If you haven't got any circle dies, use a plate, use a saucer, you can use a tin of paint, you can use, well, anything. Just have a look around and there will be something round that you can use. So now that's stuck, I'm just going to chop that down and level it up. I should have used my smaller scissors, but never mind. And there, so that's now stuck, and there we have our pram. So now we just need to decorate it. I've used my 1 inch, let's go for the darker blue to match the hood. I've used my 1 inch punch, but again, you could use anything. You could use, I've got a pencil sharpener here. You could use that. You will have something that's round. So I'm going to decorate it before I stick it down. I was nearly going to go wrong then, but I'll decorate it first. I have got here a little teddy bear punch, and I've cut out 2 tiny little teddy bears for the wheels, but you don't need to do that. You could just pop a little, well, you could leave them as they are, or you could just pop a little circle in the middle, or you could use a hole punch. And the waist that's in the hole punch, it's a perfect circle there. Just stick that on your wheel, just in the middle of the wheel. But I'm going to use these teddy bears today. I'm going to stick this, I've got some ribbon. So just to neaten this edge up, I'm just going to stick this ribbon across. It covers up any nasty edges that we've got. So I'm just going to use this collal glue and it'll dry really strong. I just put a line across the pram and now I'm just going to pop that ribbon on there. Now I will have to, what I should have done is used red liner tape. But never mind. I'm going to get my bone folder and press that on. Spread out the glue so it sticks onto the ribbon. Oh, I need it a bit. If it doesn't stick, I'll just get my red liner tape. Just keep squashing it. That's what I'll do. I'll squash it there. Just put my glue gun on for the bow. I'm not going to mess about with that. I'm just going to use the glue gun. Right, okay, so that's now stuck. Get my smaller scissors. Cut that excess off. And it's as easy as that. So I'm just going to stick the pram to the card. Trying to get it as level as I can do. Stick the teddy bears onto the wheel. You can pretty much use anything you've got, really. Just to put in the middle. It doesn't have to be a circle. You don't even have to put anything in the middle. And you can stick these up. In fact, I'm going to stick them up on a foam pad. Just chop one of these foam pads in half. It doesn't matter about it sticking up because that sticks up anyway. And I'll just stick that there. And that there. I just need to put my... So I've just made a little bow. Got them tails a little bit. Get my glue gun. Pop a blob of glue just there. And stick the bow on. That covers up any messy corners. Glue all on my fingers now. And then if you know who you're sending it to, you can put the baby's name, if they have a name yet. So you can put the baby's name there, or you can put new baby, or on your christening, whatever. But I'm going to leave mine with no sentiment because I don't know what occasion it's for. So there's one in the blue and there's one in the pink. New baby card or christening card. So now we're going to make this onesie. let's just tidy this up a little bit. I'll just shove it to one side as if it's not even there. So I'm going to show you the template. I'm going to make this. I've already cut out my base, so I'm going to show you on this template. So I've got a piece of, actually this is just copy paper, but you'll do this in a card. So it is 5 7/8. So this is the length of a piece of A4 paper, A4 card. And I've cut it down to 5 inches. So you'll just get your piece of A4 card, cut it down at 5 inches and score it at 5 7/8 in the middle. So there we are. So we've got our top fold card base. So on the side, measure down 1 3/4 inches and make a pencil mark. Oh, 1 1/4 inches. Ignore me, it's 1 1/4 inches and 1 1/4 inches at each side. Now I'm just going to draw a very faint pencil line across. Measure in 1 inch. There's my 1 inch. And in 1 inch. So we've now got this shape going on. We measure from this 1 inch down to the corner. We draw a pencil line down to the corner. And again, from that 1 inch mark down to the corner. Actually, that would make a dress. If you just cut that out and decorated the dress, that would make a nice dress. But we're not, we're making a onesie. So we're going to cut up, holding both pieces of paper together. We're going to cut out our pencil lines. And then across. Again, you wouldn't make all this, dark pencil lines. I'm doing it so as you can see what I'm doing. And when you've done this template, you can actually make a template and keep it for when you want to make it again. So I've got this circle die. And this one is 2.5 inches. So I'm going to pop that where I think I want the neck to be. Tack it into place with some low tack tape. And I'm putting my tape on the inside because that's the bit that's going to be cut away. I've got this circle die. But again, you don't have to use a die. You can just actually use your scissors. You don't have to use a die. I'll show you how to do it with a die, but then I'll cut it out. So all I'm doing is I'm putting the die on to make its legs. So we'll pop one at this side. I think it needs to be about there. Then I'll just measure this along the bottom. Didn't do that very well, did I? So I'll draw my circle. It needs to be about there, I think. So we'll measure where that is, 1.5 inches. So I'll pop my ruler 1.5 inches at this side and put my die in there. You can eyeball it or you can measure it up just to see that line. And that line you can measure 2 inches, Yep, they're near enough. And I'm just going to draw a line there. Now you can put that through your die cutting machine. Put it through your machine. When it comes out, move that onto the other leg. This will already be out. And then pop your other leg through. Or, I didn't draw around that one. Or an easier way to use no equipment, because you can still make this if you haven't got any equipment, is just get your pair of scissors, just cut round your pencil line. There we go. There is our onesie card. What you would do is you rub out your pencil lines if you can see any, but because this is just my template, I'm just going to leave it. So when you've done all that, you get this. Now what I've done with my circle dies is I used the one that I used for the neck, because I did cut mine out with these dies, and it's given me a stitched detail around the neck, but I'm going to cover it up anyway. So I used this die and the one bigger one, and it gave me a circle. So out of that, I cut the one, say that was the next size up, put them in the machine, and I cut out a circle, and I ended up with a circle that was like that. Or you can use lace, you can use ribbon to put round. You don't have to use this card. You can use, you can just stick a piece of, sorry, I bumped my head on the camera. You can just stick a piece of twine around the edge, or a piece of ribbon and around the legs. But because I have got these dies, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a little thin circle going around. Where's my glue? So I'm just going to pop some glue around the edge. Stick on this little circle piece. I don't know if you can wear the wind outside, but it's really windy. It's very windy today. So that's around there. Pop a little bit around the leg. I'm going to open the card up at this point because I have been known to stick cards together by doing things like this. And a bit round the other leg. It doesn't matter if it's too long, we'll just cut off the excess. There we have our legs. Very easy, these two cards. I think I'm going to make a few of them. So I'm just sticking this, my camera went off then, so I did go and come back again, but now we're finishing it off. So I'll just chop off these excess little leg bits. Like I say, you don't have to use card. You can use lace, you can use ribbon, you can use twine, you can use all sorts. I just wanted a bit of white card though. And just to make it a little bit more interesting, I've got this pink and white twine, and I'll bring that one in just to show you what I did. Then I just stuck it around the white card. So I'm just putting a thin bead of glue and just stick it on around the edge. And I'll wait for that to dry. I'll just snip that there. Press it down, and I'll wait for that to dry before I trim the edges. Pop a bead of glue around this leg. I just think it finishes it off nicely without making it too fluffy and frilly. I'll stick on our last bit, and then all we've got to do is stick on our buttons. But again, you don't need to use buttons, you can just use like circles of card. And pop some more glue on that bit, don't want to stay right up to the end. So again, you can use your hole punch and the waste bits, the holes. You can stick them on, or you could stick a bit of ribbon across. Well, that makes it look like a leotard. You know, if you've got a gymnast in your family, that would work. Again, you could stick ribbon around your legs. I just wanted to keep it simple. Minimum supplies required. So now we've got our little bow and 3 quite sweet little buttons. Got my glue gun ready. I'm just going to pop a little dab of glue there and pop the bow there. I'll try and get my buttons straight, but do you know what? Who knows? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I'm just going to try and get the little buttonholes straight. Pop a little bit of glue there. Don't need much glue. There. Let's try upside down. Are the holes in the same place? Yes, they are. I'll put it up that way. No, they're not. Oh, well. Never mind. Handmade cards are never perfect. And let's pop that one there. Better remember to turn my glue gun off. I have a bad habit of leaving it on. Trim off the excess. And again, I'm not going to put a sentiment in this because I don't know if it's going to be for a new baby or a christening card or I don't know. I don't know. So there's our boys and girls onesie. So if you like what you've seen today, give us a thumbs up. I've forgotten to put the twine on the side, so I'll do that as I'm talking. Give us a thumbs up and think about subscribing. It really does help my channel. Give us a like and a comment. That also helps. And if you ring the notification bell, get notified every time I upload a video. Please let me know what you think of these cards, because I do like to get your comments and read them. And if I got comments, I would know what you what you like, what you want to make. Because sometimes I just get a bit stuck for ideas. So that's that. Just trim that and that. That's better. Now the card's finished. So there's them. These are the pram cards. So that's that pram card. I did the pink one, which I've lost. There we go. There's the pink one. And I also did this flat one just to show you that if you don't do it raised, or if you've got to post it, so the triangle that you cut out from there, turn it over, stick it on this one, and there's a pram that looks just as nice. So there's our cards for today. All about the babies. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!